My dear people, Davido and Chioma's royal wedding don't end for the past 2 months now, or a month plus, if I am not mistaken. But the memory is still fresh in us. Did this memory where they live? Nah, everlasting. No wonder the Destiny FCs never still recover, because some of them go say, hey, I'ma forget that wedding. Wedding wey be say Chioma do everything to make it work. And we say, what about the Kaya matter where president go by a year before last in Ghana? Hey, she did not see better vendor, abi the person gba her, as in the person dip her and collect her hard-earned money, can't give her agba fake Kaya matter. My dear people, like I said, the memory is still fresh in us. As the CEO of Sephora Event Center give insights on how everything went down, the the one where we know and the one where we don't know. Even talk say Davido supposed to don host 2020. It was supposed to be on the same time in June that year. But because of one thing or the other,
today,
come put, hold up.
Drum
As in, they
roll,
come
I'm going to
hold
be talking to you
for the
about
wedding.
Davido
so many good things about the
2024.
wedding.
I wanted
The
to share
wedding
some
was
behind the
the
scenes,
biggest
some of our
wedding
thought
she has ever
processes with
planned.
you, and
The
I just said,
wedding was a
what's
talk of
the best
town.
way to start?
The
And I'll just
wedding
start with
was a
Davido, and then
wedding
of course
of the
there'll be more that I'll be sharing
century,
with
my
you.
dear
So
people.
Davido 2024, how did this begin? So in
You need to hear this
2020,
woman speak
as you all
about
know,
this
we're in the
wedding,
event space. We
how
always plan
everything
events.
went
We
down,
always
how
have
Chioma
guest artists come and perform.
Davido
For the
really
last few
love
years,
themselves.
David had always performed at
Anytime
some of our events.
Davido call
So
her
in
or talk
2020,
to her or
I
even
met
meet
David again,
him,
and he had
or
just
they
finished
meet
performing.
themselves
And I was just
in an
outside, and
event
David
or
says to me,
anywhere,
"You
the
are
only
planning my
person, as
wedding."
in the
This was
only
in
thing wey
2020.
Davido they always
But of
talk
course, as you
about now is
know,
dearest
after 2020,
say no
a
be
few
today
things
this love
happened,
start,
and
no be
life got in the
say,
way,
as
and
in
they
no
had to
be
put a
say
pause
Davido dey
on
use
planning,
his wife do
the wedding.
PR
Fast
according to
forward
wetin
to
the Destiny FCs
2024.
dey talk and
I get a
other
message in
haters
my
say
DM.
this guy really
Right, and I
got
just see a message from
the
David,
love
no,
for his
Davido,
dearest
right, as you all
wife, my
know,
dear
and I just see a
people.
message.
Now
Auntie
say make they
Funke,
come here,
my sister is going to
make they
call you, and I
come
say,
here,
what is she
because they
calling me
go come
about?
here,
And he says, my
come
wedding,
yarn
and this was
us,
in
then go
February,
talk
and I was
wetin
like,
they no
yeah.
know, the one wey dem suppose
Now,
talk and the one wey dem
Coco's
no
wedding,
suppose
we
talk.
planned
This is
Coco's wedding a
somebody that
few
has
years
known
ago.
them
Coco is one
right
of
from
David's
time.
sisters. So
She
we planned
even
the
went
wedding,
as
love
far
her,
as
she became like my
disclosing
sister
to
friend.
us that she
And then I got a call from
planned
Coco to say,
Davido's,
hey, David is getting,
sister's
David
wedding,
and
that is
Chioma are
Coco
getting
of
married,
Ife,
blah, 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 blah. The
Ashley.
traditional
My dear
engagement is going to be
people,
happening in
he said the
June.
wedding
And I was like, I'm
was
ready
a
for
talk
this.
of
And then I
town.
get another
Hey,
call
make
from
I allow
Sharon
una
and
make una
Jennifer.
hear
Jennifer is Chioma's
part
sister.
of two,
Sharon is
wetin the
David's
person
sister.
talk.
And then we begin the process of planning the biggest wedding in Nigeria in 2024. Now, keeping this information quiet was a huge task. So from February, I had to seal my lips. But it was only a selected number of people in my team that knew. Because, for us, discretion is very important. And we just want to make sure that clients feel very comfortable. So when we reached out to vendors and everyone, we did not disclose who the client was initially. Of course, for the whole team as a fire, they all knew. But we just had to, of course, keep it quiet. So even for the vendors, they were not told at the early stages when we were actually speaking with them. Now, the planning process began. The couple, as you know, very busy. David is a superstar, touring all over the world. Chioma just having, the children, just, really taking care of family. So what we needed to do was to start planning. And they put us in touch to say, no, what, just talk to my sisters. They can actually represent us. So between Sharon, Coco, and Jennifer, we started the planning process. The first task was finding a suitable venue. Then after that was curating the guest list. So you can imagine for such a
kudos
wedding,
to the
how
couple,
do you manage
you
the
know,
guest list? How do you
kudos
even
to people who
ensure
plan
that
this
all the
wedding, because
guests
it wasn't
are well
an
attended
easy
to, are well
task.
taken care of?
You
How
know,
do
when
you
we
make
thought
sure
the
that
wedding was
nobody,
the
because we're looking
wedding
at
of
about 3,000
century,
people,
the
how do you
biggest
make
wedding
sure
ever,
that
they not
every
believe
single
now
person
na camp,
feels
you
well
all
taken
can
care
hear it
of,
from the
feels
horse's mouth.
thought of,
He said
and they
it
don't feel
wasn't
like
an
they were
easy
not
task.
appreciated? So
Keeping
we
it
began the
all by
task of thinking, you know
ourselves,
what,
looking for
we got the
the
venue, we have got
best
2
venue
halls,
for the
and then we
wedding,
said, you know what,
because
in
they
order for
know
people
say
to be able
plenty
to,
people
you
were
know,
going to
have a
come,
good time
and
in
all
terms of
those
just going from
governors
one hall to
and
the
the
other, we
presidents
divided
and the
the
traditional
timing
rulers
so
and the
that
rest
everybody
of them,
will,
as
you
in
know,
they come,
will
then they carry their own
witness
people
the
come.
day for
So
this couple.
definitely they
So
plan
we
more
had
than
one
for
hall and we had a
3,000
connecting
people.
tunnel and
Yes,
we had the
you
other
can see
hall.
that
So of
everywhere
course,
was so
choosing the right
filled with
vendors,
people and the
making sure
rest
that we
of them,
got the
because of what
best
they
of the
just want
best.
to
The
witness
brief was also very
Chivido
simple. What was one of the briefs?
2024. The
Make
wedding will
sure
be say we don't
that
dey
you
pray,
deliver
they
a
hope
great
say
guest
make one
experience
day
and you
make it
deliver a great
finally
experience for the
come,
couple.
and it
So the
finally
best
come
food,
that day,
the
and it
best
feel say
decor,
people no go
best
go
drinks
on
vendor,
man
best
now,
small chops
you know,
vendor,
on man they must
music,
go and witness
lighting.
every
Every
so that they
single
go know how they
aspect
go
of
take
this
tell
event
people.
was very
And back
important
to the
to
family, he
our
say
client.
the families
So
are
the
so
team that
supportive,
worked on this event
from
with
the
me,
Davido
the lead
sisters,
project
the
managers on this
Chioma
event was
sisters. He never
Cordelia,
see
Flourish,
such
and
people before,
Esther, and of course
because
with the larger
you know,
team.
even
So one
when
of the
Davido
things
and
that was a
Chioma were
really
not
major
there,
challenge
like
for
they
us
were
was
always
how
busy,
do you
you know,
make
they
sure
were
that
not
all the
really there
guests
to
feel
like
well
answer
taken care
her
of
in times
and
of
they
one
feel
or two.
special.
But
So from
the sisters
you
were
know,
there
just from even the
assisting her
curating the
in
guest list,
planning the
creating QR codes for the
you
guests. You
guys.
know, some
Hey,
guests had physical invitations, and that was just because, of course, of the parents and the kind of the profile of the guests that were coming. So you know, you're gonna have governors, you're having senators, you're having, apart from that, you're having the media people. Now, one other huge challenge was the entourage that was going to come with all the people that came. Every single guest, in fact, I would say most of the guests that came with one aid or one, you know, like if some came with 20, 30. So just even managing that alone was a huge task for us. You know, then also even the road, the security and logistics on the road, there was a lot of traffic. And that was just because everybody was coming into the venue. Everybody wanted to come and see their superstar getting married. You know, and then of course on the day, you know, it rained. It rained. Even while we were setting up the day before, the rain was like, it didn't let up. But we did not give up. You know, we were relentless while it was raining. Everybody went over and beyond as the Zafar events team, all the vendors, every single person. People were just, you know, trying to just ensure that, you know, they just delivered, you know, despite the rain. You know, even on the morning of the event as well, when David and Chioma had their, you know, photo shoot in the morning with all the photographers and the videographers, we had to have as many videographers and photographers because we're going to shoot from different angles, and the family, you know, it's a large family, so you needed to make sure that everywhere, you know, was captured. One of the highlights for me was David and Chioma's energy. Like they had energy for days, from 7 a.m. in the morning till 4 a.m. They were like hyper. They had energy. I think that was one of my major highlights. Another highlight for me was the family dance. You know, Chioma dancing with David's dad, dancing with her dad, her mom, David, all of them all dancing together. You know, you know, it was, I thought that was such a beautiful, and that showed me, even with the families, right? And just even from the planning process, just showed me how they all really like just are really in each other's corner. They are really in each other's corner. So that was one of my major highlights. So, and the feedback from every single person, oh my goodness, has just been really good. The family, everybody has just given us amazing feedback. I'm going to share the feedback with you. But I just want to say a very big shout out to say thank you, Sharon. Thank you, Coco. Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you, David and Chioma, for trusting us with your wedding. Thank you, the Adeleke and Ejiofor family, for trusting